So let's move on to the next question, guys. In this question, we are given that there are two lines L and K which intersect at 4, 3, right? And the y-intercept of both the lines are negative. And we have to find the product of their slopes. Okay. So tell me one thing. First of all, what is x-intercept? What is y-intercept? If we try to visualize it, right? For example, if this is a line, right? So what is the x-intercept in this line? The x-intercept in line is this. So what is x-intercept? X-intercept basically means wherever the line is crossing the x-axis, from that point we have to calculate the distance from the origin. What I mean by that is, for example, if this is a line, right? At this point, it intersects the x-axis. This is the x-axis, right? And this is the y-axis. So this line intersects the x-axis at this point. So basically this distance becomes the x-intercept. Okay. Similarly, what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is this distance. The point where the line intersects the y-axis, that becomes the y-intercept. Okay. Now tell me some, for example, let's say for this case, right? What is the x-intercept? The x-intercept is this part, because the line intersects the x-axis at this point. So this becomes the x-intercept. And what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is this part, because this line intersects the y-axis at this point. So this part becomes the y-intercept, right? Now tell me, what is y-intercept in this case? It is negative, right? Because it is below the x-axis. What is x-intercept? X-intercept is also negative because it is on the left side. In this case, what is the x-intercept? The x-intercept is negative because it is on the left side. But what is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is positive because it is above the axis. So this is a kind of a very fundamental thing which, if you can visualize, you can understand it much better, right? Okay. Now tell me one thing. In the question, we are given that there are two lines L and K, right, which intersect at 4, 3, and both the lines have y-intercept negative, right? That means, for example, if this is the axis, this is a point 4, 3, right? And we know that the y-intercept of the line is negative. That means the line will not be something like this. This is not possible. Why? Because in these cases, if you see, all the y-intercepts are positive, right? But we want a y-intercept to be negative, right? So these are not possible. For example, if this is a line, this line is possible. Why? Because if you see, the y-intercept in this is negative. Similarly, this line, this line, this line. In all these lines, if you see, the y-intercept will be negative. But in all these lines, the y-intercept will be positive. So now let's take the case that there is a line with a negative y-intercept and which crosses this. For example, one possible case is this, right? So this is a line which has a negative y-intercept and it crosses the point 4, 3, right? Now there can be one more line. For example, let's say this. So this is one more line which has a negative y-intercept, and both these lines intersect at 4, 3, right? So we have two lines L and K. So this line is L, this line is K. For example, both of them intersect at 4, 3. Both of them intersect at 4, 3. The y-intercept of both the lines are negative. The y-intercept of both the lines are negative. Now we have to find the product of their slopes. Now tell me one thing. What is the slope of this line? The slope of this line, this angle is what? Acute, which is less than 90, right? So the slope of this line will be positive. Similarly, for this line, right? What is the slope of the line? The slope of the line is again positive. Why? Because the angle is acute, right? Which is less than 90 degree. So the slope of this line will be positive and the slope of this line will also be positive. So the product of the slopes of both these lines will be positive. So your answer becomes A. I hope this should be clear.